Okay, hello guys. Hopefully you had a good weekend. I did. It was very relaxing. Not that you guys asked, but I'm just telling you, I had a great weekend and I relaxed. It was nice. So this is my last week of craziness of making up for all the IEPs that I had to make up because I had 2 surgeries back to back in September and October. The October one was not expected. But it is what it is, and when complications happen, your health has to come first, right? So with that said, my name is Raven Woods. I'm the CEO and founder of Autism Mama Rocks IEP, and I help parents gain the knowledge and the confidence to become the IEP, really the CEO of their IEP, but, they're the IEP boss, really. But in all actuality, I help parents gain the knowledge and the confidence to become the CEO of their IEP. And that's just, it's crazy how when I came up with that it was really just, it was what I believed, but the more I continue doing IEPs, the more I realize how much truth goes into that. It's interesting. So for those of you who are new to catching me live or watching me live or just joining or have never heard of an IEP and you just popped on, make sure you post a 1 below if you are new. First through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. So a 1 below if it's your first through third time, but you only get 3 times, okay? It's like 3 strikes you're out and then you're an oldie but goodie, okay? But with that said, okay, so as you guys know, hello Erin, how are you? Hey Kim, hi Rachel. Okay, so here's the deal. All right, so those of you who do know me, who catch my lives often, hey Kristen, who catch my lives often, who, are part of my group. By the way, if you're not part of the group, it's Autism Mama Rocks IEP group. Stick it in your search bar and it'll come up. But many of you know that I am an advocate that is very vocal. I have one goal in mind, and that's it. Okay? One goal. One. Okay? And that one goal is to get your child what is needed and appropriate for them to have educational success. Okay? And that is through services, that is through academics, and the whole overall picture of when they're in the educational setting. And right now, we're in an unfortunate educational setting where some of us are at home. But right now, that is the educational setting. Okay. So hi Chantel, hi Tess. Okay. So with that said, as my post said, okay, I can be a total bitch. Okay. And I'm owning that. So those of you who don't like cussing, just, you want to leave. But those of you who want to hear this, you want to stick around because this is good. So yeah, I can be a total bitch. And when I say that with all due respect. And I say that with a lot of love and compassion, to be quite honest. So who says, hey, I can be a total bitch, but on the other hand says, but I say that with, complete transparency and honesty and compassion. Like, what the hell? Are you guys saying what the hell? Okay, so what I mean by that is the bitch part. We all can be like that, right, ladies? Come on now, just own it. The only time, I can't say the only time, okay, but a big part of when that type of small portion of my personality comes out, and it's like that, is in an IEP meeting. All right, so believe it or not, all right, I've been through so much of my own experience, not just as an educator, but as a mom. As you guys know, 6.5 years of hell, literally hell. There's no other way to put it. I mean, it was deep down hell. And so when I advocate for parents, it is very personal to me. Okay? I am not your average advocate, and I can't speak for anybody, but obviously I can see things. I am not your average advocate. I am not one that does not take what you're telling me, what, is going on with your child, what deficits there are, what failures have happened or the ball being dropped, so to speak. I take that personally. because I realize that, okay, number one, I'm not the only parent who has been through hell. I'm not the only parent that has felt guilt. I'm not the only parent. I kind of feel like I'm not alone, you know? But at the same time, when I'm advocating for a child in an IEP meeting, and you get, as you guys probably know, you know, you get that no, you get the confrontation and the kind of sneaky way that just rubs me wrong. You know, I call it bullshit. Let's just call it what it is. It's bullshit. They will bullshit you into believing XYZ, and it's just not true. It's either not the law idea, okay? It is not an accurate statement. It is not accurate facts. For example, oh, your child's making progress in goals, or oh, we don't see autism here at school. Come on now, you know? I mean, anyway. All right, so yes, I can be a total bitch in an IEP meeting. All right? So here's how it goes. All right? And I'm going to tell you about what just happened a few minutes ago. All right? So actually, it's happened in several. So hold up for that, okay? So in the beginning of many IEP meetings, you know, the bitch in me can come out. All right? I don't play. I don't sit and, you know, argue the BS. I get to the facts. When I send an email, it's about facts. I'm not in it to be cautious of your feelings. I am in it to advocate for a child. I'm in it for facts. What is the facts? What needs to happen? What needs to be, the ball dropped somewhere, so we need to get this back into play. We need to all work together. But if you guys want to be the opposition and, you know, keep fighting this, then I'm the girl that you want to hire, okay? Because I will fight them, all right? I'm not going to sit back in an IEP meeting and tell you, you know, hey, you know, let's just agree to this. You know, you know, this is what we're going to get to. This is all we're going to get, you know, and, you know, I'll advocate for you for a little bit, and then I let it go. All right, and the reason I'm talking a lot about who I am is because I do have success all over the board. It's crazy. And that is with my fight. All right, does it get hot and heavy like the first couple emails or the first IEP for the first 1, sometimes 2 hours? Yes, it does. But guess what? Just 10 minutes ago, I got out of an IEP meeting. It was the second one because it always is an IEP meeting. Then we have, you know, typically I have assessments done. Then we meet, all right, and go over all the assessments. Certain things are discussed. Then we actually meet again for a third time, and that is when we put the IEP together, okay? It's not a fast thing. You want it done right. So bottom line, this was a meeting, no joke, all right? We went at it. I mean, it was full blown. All right. You probably have never been in a meeting like this. I mean, we went at it. Other than cussing back and forth, it was screaming and me doing what I needed to do to get it through their heads of what needed to happen for this child. I was prepared where anything they said to me, I was ready to come back. And I had facts on what I came back with. Why? Because many times, like I've taught you guys, you always have to think of their problem. What are they going to fight? And you have to have the solution before you go into that meeting. You have to be prepared. There can't be pause in your dialogue in the beginning. You have to come at it. You have to go for it. It's like, you know, it's all or nothing, you know, kind of mentality. All right. And so in this meeting, it went to shit for the first hour and a half. And this was a week and a half ago. And then we all came together. But I'm no joke. I want to say actually it was about 2 hours. We fought back and forth. And I mean, no joke kind of fighting. And I mean, my blood was boiling. My adrenaline was up. I'm sure my blood pressure was up. And because they were just refusing everything. And so I had it. And that's when I start talking, fine, we'll go to due process. We will, you know, I'll request mediation. I'll have the parents, you know, some states I can advocate in due process. Some states I can't. I think it's like 6 states you can't, something like that. But it is what it is. And I advocate for the parent. And, you know, they came around, all right? She got everything she wanted. everything. I solidified a one-on-one for her. I solidified direct reading instruction. I solidified direct math instruction. We have a solid BIP in place with a de-escalation plan for each and every behavior, not just behaviors in general, all right? Because each behavior needs to be handled differently. Some will have the same things, some won't, okay? And I went through with them because they had written goals and I didn't like how they were written. It was too clustered, and we're going to go over goals again. I've had many lives in reference to goals and how to write them, and I will do another live. I'll do lives all the time on it, but just kind of sporadically. But I hated these goals. It was too much. I think they understood that. And the teacher, I said, I teach teachers how to write goals. And then I associated with the teacher and said, but guess what? In school, we didn't learn that. I get it. I know. I didn't learn it either, So he's not feeling it was a guy teacher. So I said, so he's not feeling insufficient because he shouldn't, because we're not taught that in school. I had to learn it through years of experience as an educator, but also as a mom it needed to make sense. It needs to be baby proofed, because if it makes sense, then it's a solid, measurable goal, SMART goals, and it has to do with how it's measured, how it looks, what is put into play, what is the goal in itself, and not having 3 or 4 goals within one goal. Makes it too complicated. So I explained to him how I wanted goals written. I will be writing in a Word document how to write them, send it to them, and they're getting us the BIP and IEP done. And so it went from we fought, evaluations were done. Actually, the evaluations were done before we actually went to the IEP meeting, which is it's not heard of typically, because they want to fight with me as to what evaluations I want done. But this team didn't. So they did it. And then we went to the meeting, we discussed it, and then we summed it up today. And it was so awesome because in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my God, the first meeting was hell, for the first 2 hours out of the 5 hours that we were on the IEP. And the other several hours we were on the IEP, we were talking about all the details and all the issues and all the concerns. And this was a school that the director of special ed thought that, okay, maybe it's not appropriate for him. And I try to look at a situation and think about it in this sense. Maybe it's not. But let's figure out if it really is not, or if we're trying to take the easy way out, removing this child from a school district, removing this child from a school which is already in private school, and uproot his life again to go and change his school. Or is this an issue that we can resolve, come together in the interest of the child and make it work and make fate happen? And that's what we did. Because I don't like to take the easy way out. I am one of those people, and my mother can attest to this. She always used to say, leave it to Raven to take the difficult way in doing things. But guess what? It taught me how to work out issues. It taught me how to problem solve. It taught me how to figure out, okay, if I have this issue, what is it I need to do to solve it? Like, I'm not one of those people who is a worry wart, which my husband is, by the way. And, I don't think about those things. Like an emergency situation, which an IEP, believe it or not, is an emergency if the ball has dropped. For example, a child stopped breathing. I was in a Starbucks and this happened, and I had to do the Heimlich maneuver. And, I jump and take action, and then I freak out later. Right? Where my husband, he's worried about it. He stresses himself out. He's all freaked out. He can't handle it. And then, I'm like, okay, hello, we need to make a decision here. We need to, get this going. And then it, happens, right? I'm a take action. And I feel like, I love working with parents who they didn't not take action, but they are in that stuck spot where I was years ago. And, are like, please just help me. And it helps them gain the confidence. I had a mom the other day. It made me feel so, so good. She said, you gave me the confidence to stick up for myself in an IEP meeting. Like, just hearing you and listening to you and doing the things that you told me to do in your course, I was able to stick up for myself in the IEP meeting, and I've never done that before. That made my day. That I could help somebody you have to stick up for yourself. You've got to not be afraid. If you got to raise that voice of yours, then you do it. You do whatever you need to do to get what's needed and appropriate for your child. Okay? So, summing this up, this is kind of your tip of the week for today, right? Today's the tip of the week. So, the tip of the week is, if you're a bitch like me, okay? Yeah, I'm putting it out there. Take it or leave it. If you're a bitch like me, then you will stick up for yourself. You will own what you need to do. You will not feel guilty or remorse about sticking up for your child. This isn't about being caring about others if the ball has dropped with your own child. We cannot worry about over here. We got to worry about what's here in front of our face and what we need to pay attention to. It kind of takes away from real life almost, right? We're in this like fantasy world. It's like the Hunger Games. We're like put into this fantasy world and we have to do what we have to do. And then we come back to the real world and of course we have love and compassion for everybody, right? Or, we try to understand where people are coming from, for the most part. And we care about what's happening over here and that, things are reciprocated and you know what I mean. Okay. So, but with an IEP, you cannot do that. I've had so many parents say, well, the teacher, she was out sick and, the speech, therapist, this and this happened, and, I was trying to be understanding and blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry, but I don't care. Not my problem. All right. Now you can take that as, wow, she's a bitch. Yes, I am. Because guess what? I could sit and worry about all that and leave everybody else's life, which we all got problems and everything always comes up and things happen and we're all busy. But if I worried about here and everybody else, that's what happened to my child many years ago. And guess what? 6.5 years of hell I went through to get her to where she needed to be. To get her what was needed and appropriate. You don't want to waste that time worrying about everybody else. You got to worry about your child. All right? If that makes you selfish, who cares? If that makes you a bitch, who cares? If that makes you a person that sticks up for themselves and their child and will do whatever it takes and people want to judge you, who cares? I don't. People can judge me anytime. But I'll tell you what will get me going. All right, for you guys, with the parents that I advocate for, or my own child, is you can mess with me. You can mess with my parents. I'm sure they'd say bring it. But don't you ever mess with these kids. And my kid, your kid, or any child. All right? Don't you dare. And that's where I draw the line. And so I just want you to know, as your tip, it's okay to be a bitch. All right? You can call it a mean word. You can look at it as a mean word. But it's all in how you look at it. I'm not a mean bitch. I am a advocate, straightforward, put it in your face kind of person. If I'm mad, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, look, this was really messed up. This was not cool. We need to work this out. This is not working. Like, how could you do that? Or whatever, And then we discuss it and we solve it and it's squashed and we're over it. Like, I don't hold grudges, So be that person. Okay, don't be me. All right, be you. Be the authentic you. And know that you are strong enough to take this on. All right. And if you need help, then ask. And by the way, as you guys know, starting in January, I have openings. So PM me. I've had a lot of people contact me, so it is filling up. But I have openings for January and moving forward. So PM me. I will be happy to talk to you, get on the phone with you for a discovery call. We'll see where you are and what you need and how I can best help you. And we'll go from there. But I wanted you guys to have that tip because sometimes we just need that encouragement. I know I did. And I want you guys to be you, your authentic self. And I want you to be a better you. All right. We're always trying to be better, right? So be the best you can possibly be for your child. Stop feeling guilt. Stop feeling remorse and that worrying about other people and their issues and what's happened and what's transpired in their lives. Because the ball cannot be dropped in your child's lap because life seems to happen for us all. Can happen, and it can't be an excuse. I am a big person, big person. I am big on the fact that I can't let every excuse in the world and in the books that we could come up with as an obstacle to advocate for your child or mine. I just can't, because we all got excuses. We all got stuff. We all got lives. We all got busyness happening. We all have COVID happening. We all, have things happen in our lives and in our personal lives and so on and so forth. But that doesn't mean it's okay to have the ball dropped in our child's lap in regards to education. That does not mean that FAPE shouldn't be happening across the board. That doesn't mean services and accommodations should be cut for you. It doesn't mean that services and accommodations shouldn't be given to your child because they're learning virtually right now. Okay? There's your tip. Have a good Monday. Hi guys, how are you? Hey Erin, hey Christina, hi Lisa, how are you? Thank you. I appreciate you saying I'm not being a bitch, but truly I actually am. But I own it. I do, okay? So, hey Jill, how are you? Don't forget, guys, post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. Post a 2 below if you're an oldie but goodie. And if one of my oldies but goodies wants to share this video in the group, that'd be awesome. I love you guys. Watch, I'm going to have like 4 or 5 of them. That's how loyal my people are. It's so awesome. So Erin says, yes, but I care my son more than anything. And in this world, yeah. And Christina says you have given me the confidence to stand up for myself and my kids and get what is needed for my kids. Yes, I'm so glad. You're funny, Erin. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Hi, Ashley. And Kim, that's what I like about you. You are a go-getter. You tell them like it is if needed. That's what it is. Yes. And I do. You just feel ganged up on because it's all of them against you. Yeah, and absolutely it does. Hey, Christina, how are you? And Tess and Chantel. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to share this. I'm sure other parents are out there that, just need that boost of confidence that it's actually okay for them to, come across as a bitch. In my bitch in everyday life, no, I think all women can be, but in normal life, I'm not. I'm pretty down to earth. I'm a pretty big marshmallow on the inside, but when it comes to this, I guess that's, the Leo in me that comes out, right? But I just believe that, in life, there's certain things we just got to stand our ground on and, not be afraid if we have to stand alone. And I have come to terms with that. And I'm totally okay. Maybe it's my age at 43. Who knows? But bottom line, 10 years ago I did this. And, the bottom line of it all is, we have to stand for something. And, what is it that you're willing to stand for when it comes to the IEP? And what is it that you're willing to sit back on? And, I think it's just that's an individual decision. And I want women and grandmothers and grandfathers and dads, to all feel empowered. And believe it or not, there's a lot of men that I work with and couples and, where they need that boost of confidence too. They're still men. They're still what they are. But in an IEP meeting, number one, it's new. It's not something we're used to or trained on. And, to become the CEO, really, of your IEP meeting, you have to learn to take charge and own it. You have to own it and stand by everything that you do and say and request and want and advocate for. And never back down and never be second guessed. If you feel like you're second guessing yourself, that means whatever it is that you're second guessing yourself on, you were right. Okay? Because that's the gaslighting that they're trying to do. And whatever it is that you said is, okay? Go with your gut. Because as loved ones of the children, whether you're a grandmother, adoptive parent, whatever, you have that instinct, all right? Typically, it's called that mother instinct, the mother's instinct, but many people have that, okay? It's really that connection is what it is. And so go with that gut feeling because 99.9% of the time, you're right. How many times have you not gone with that and said, damn, why didn't I do that? It's the same thing like with a test, your first answer and then you're like, oh, no, it's probably B. And then it was A. Same thing, okay? So go for it and don't back down, All right? Look, that's like how I talk to my kids when they're little. Okay, so don't back down. Do this. You can do it. If you need the help, guess what? I tell parents, I've kind of switched some things up. I've told parents, you know what? I'll do it for you. I'll do it the first time around. If you want me to go to IEP meetings afterwards and, be there for you, I will. But really that first round is me doing it for you, but I also show you what you need to do so that you can then do it for yourself. And sure, I've had parents, who want me at each IEP kind of as that security blanket, and I chime in. But I encourage them after they've used me a couple times to do it themselves. I want them to gain that confidence. And it's happened across the board, and I'm just thrilled by that because guess what? That's more children getting what's needed and appropriate. And that just thrills me because this is such a needed area of need in regards to change. All right. There has to be change within just education in general, but in the world of special education. So go out there, do what you need to do. Call me if you need anything. And if you need someone to step in because things are just a freaking mess or a ruckus, or they're not giving your child what's needed and appropriate, and you're at this like tug of war, and that's not, someone's got to let go of the rope, And so that's when an advocate comes in, and that's when you kind of, you need to figure it out and you need things to get moving. And that's when a lot of people call me when they're like, okay, I need some help, and that's okay. That's not you not taking charge. That's not you giving up. That's not you needing to feel guilty. That's saying, hey, smart people get help. And then guess what? They learn and they move on. All right. So know that. Okay. I got help. I think it's important to know what you're doing and then be able to run with it, and then you have that confidence. You have that gut instinct of, yeah, I know what I'm doing, and if you ever need that help, you have the phone call away or whatever, So just know you guys got this. And if you go in and you screw up, so what? There's a redo. Okay. So that's when you can call somebody, or that's when you can ask for help. But, just feel comfortable in this whole situation and just never back down. All right. So post any questions below. This was your tip of the week. I will still see you tomorrow. This was your tip of the week, though. I want you to share this. I want you to go to the search bar and put Autism Mama Rocks IEP group. You've got to join the group. I literally have, you guys don't even want to know. I did relax this past weekend. So, I have, let's see. That's kind of crazy. Did you guys see my post? I guess it's those of you who are my friends, but, my son's having a baby, and there was the baby shower yesterday. It was like a drive-by because of COVID. I'll have to show you a picture. But, okay, so, look, 83 members, and that's just from over the weekend. Can you guys see it? Here, let me see. Is it there? Did you guys see it? I couldn't, hold it up. It, messed up. Oh, 102 members. You see that? And that's just over the weekend. That's how many people are joining the group every day. It says 20 people so far. I think it was in the last couple hours. It's crazy. All right. So join the group. It's a great group. It has a lot of people in there that want to help you as well. And it's growing. And I do a Q&A over there. And it's a good time. Okay. So I will talk to you guys soon. Don't forget, post a 1 below if it's your first through third time catching me live. After that, you're a 2. You're an oldie but goodie. Okay? So I will talk to you guys soon, and share away. And yes, at the end of the month, I'm going to have giveaways again, and we're going to do some fun stuff. I have some other things that I had because I cleaned out my laundry room, and I found some really good things of Skylar's that I spent crap ton of money on. I mean, anything that says special needs is crazy expensive, but I have some really cool things that I want to give away to you guys, and it's going to be one of the gifts. Okay. And, another gift is going to be for someone specific. All right. So I'm going to say this in every one of my lives so that you guys can pass it on if you guys know somebody. All right. So someone specific in regards to mobility. So if you know of a child with special needs, even if it's not your child, that has mobility issues, walking issues, can or cannot walk, but if they can, then there's an issue there. There's still struggle. Then I want you guys to share this with that person and let them know that one of my giveaways is an over $500 item that has never been used by me, that I purchased years ago, that is brand spanking new. All right, and it needs to go to a child that has mobility issues or isn't mobile at all. Okay, so my puppies are screaming and crying right now, so I got to get down there to them because they're hungry. So I will talk to you guys soon. Make sure to share this, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.